a malware analyst, and a ransomware defense analyst today. So it's going to be slightly intensive. Brace yourself for a lot of information and a lot of career advice. So if you're here already, give me a hi on the Zoom chat. My name is Aparna. I'm going to be your host, and Ajit here is the expert. He's going to be taking you through the session. Okay, so we're also live on, we're also live on YouTube. I would love to see your messages there as well. Just leave us a hi on the live chat and we'll know you're here. I'm going to be checking the YouTube live chat there. Okay, great. So now that you've left your messages, also quickly introduce yourself. So I said, my name is Aparna and I'm streaming from Bangalore. I would love to know where you are from, where you're coming from. Quickly leave your name and the city that you're from on the live chat. And yes, we're also checking messages, sorry, the live chat on YouTube. Pradeep from UK, Animesh from Kolkata, Chandrasekhar from Bangalore, Kapil from Haridwar, Shri from Kolhapur, Gajanand, Vinay, Robert is joining us from Texas. Okay. Sandeep is from Kolhapur, Sudesh from Nagpur. Hi, everyone. Tawfiq is joining from Nigeria, Rohit from Delhi. Great to have all of you guys here for this session today. We're going to get started very, very soon. And you know what the agenda is? We are going to understand the differences between two very important cybersecurity rules today. And along with that, you'll also understand in depth about how this program, the IIITB Advanced Executive Program in Cybersecurity, is going to prepare you for these roles. Okay, so we're going to do that towards the end of the session, and also we'll take Q&A for any of the questions that you have, right? So regarding the Q&A here, please make sure you use the Q&A box for putting out your questions. You use the chat box for interacting with the expert. Whenever he asks you anything, just put a yes or no based on whatever the question is. Use the chat only for interactions during the session. Let's say you have a question specific to your career. Please use the Q&A box. It's different from the chat box. Okay. And later on, you will also be sent a certificate and a recording. Now, because it's the weekend, you can expect your certificate either tomorrow or Monday. Yes, so I'm just giving you a heads up so that you don't worry about your certificate. But remember what Ajit says, if you already attended his sessions, he always says, don't be here for the certificate, come here for the learning. So I'm just going to quote you here, Ajit. So just make sure you're here for the learning. Of course, the certificate will follow and we'll collect your name towards the end. The session is being recorded, so do not worry if you miss something in the session. Okay? Is that clear to everyone before we get started? Because most of you are here already. We've got, good enough people to get started. So all of you are clear with the, instructions. You know what to do. You have a question, put it on the Q&A box. Do not distract other learners with questions irrelevant to the session. And third, this session is being recorded and also you will receive a certificate. So for these, logistics we'll handle towards the end. Right now, we're just going to understand the differences between two very important cybersecurity rules. Okay? Great. Great. Please do not share your email ID. We're only looking for names. And it's very, very nice to see all of you from different parts of the country introducing yourself. You don't have to put your emails on the chat box. Okay? Great, great, great. So let's quickly get started and I'll just take you through what Simplilearn is. So if you know, Simplilearn is the world's #1 online bootcamp that offers digital skills in various domains. So one of them being cybersecurity and a lot of other tech domains as well. That includes cloud computing, software, DevOps, all of these along with AI, ML, data, business analytics, and everything else. So you could check out simplylearn.com to understand what other courses we have apart from cybersecurity. So just a quick introduction about Simplylearn. We've touched more than 5 million careers worldwide across learners from 150 plus countries. So we've got 800 plus qualified expert trainers who conduct these live sessions for the various courses that I mentioned. Okay, great. So that's a little bit about Simplylearn. Now let me take you through who Ajit is. Ajit is our expert and he's going to be taking you through the session. So Ajit, I think I'll let you introduce yourself. You'll do better justice that way. You're on mute, Ajit. Are you on
Hi,
mute?
everyone. Yes, hope I'm audible now. So,
Yes.
hi, everyone. I welcome you all on behalf of Simplylearn for this session. This is mainly towards offensive security. My name is Ajit Wadhawan. I have 20 plus years of experience in training as well as in industry. I've managed SOC for 15 years. I've headed security operations center, okay, worked in different roles, managed multiple devices, teams. People handling is more difficult than devices, I would say. Okay, handled multiple audits, ISO, SOC audits, third-party assessments, training sessions. And I have conducted 500 plus training sessions on InfoSec, which includes CISSP, CCSP, CH, CRIS, CISA, CISM, and cloud security training. I have skill mates. I have a lot of skills. Okay, I have mostly in I would say the info security. I have expertise in GRC. I have an explicit expertise in compliances, even in your managing security devices and all. So this is a brief introduction about me.
Great. Thank you, Ajit. So just so that Ajit knows you a little better, although this poll may be slightly irrelevant, so we launch another poll that asks you your work experience. And this may not or need not necessarily be cybersecurity experience. So please put whatever answer is applicable to you, also people on YouTube. Great to see you and your responses. Just let me know what your work experience is. Yeah. And this is for, Ajit to understand the audience mix so that he can base his session around your work experience.
No, it's not Navyakant, it's not necessary that on cybersecurity. Uh,
Every,
everyone.
any domain, can be any domain.
Yeah.
Prashant, please put your question, the answer on the poll. Shiv SX, please, I request you to join once again. Right, so I think we'll end the poll here. Remember, the poll remains live just for 1 minute. So make sure whenever I launch any poll, please use this opportunity to answer it there. I'm ending this poll and Ajit, here are your results.
Okay, so
So,
we have less than 2 years of experience, 2 to 5, 6 to 10. Okay, good. I got it.
right, great. So I'll just
We have,
hand the session over to you,
we
Ajit.
have 24 people in 6 to 10 years and 10 plus years of experience.
Yeah,
Okay, so thank you, I suppose.
yes,
Okay, we can move towards our next slide.
yes.
Okay, so this session is mainly about offensive security. So there are two types of, I always mention, there are two fields in cybersecurity. One is offensive security and second one is defensive security. Defensive security team, we call it as a blue team. These are the team who work on the internal defense of an organization. They are the one who is responsible for managing the security of an organization so that outside people can't penetrate or compromise the infrastructure. Similarly, there is another team which we called as red teaming, which is offensive security. They are the one who are always there, who has been hired to challenge your blue team members, because they are the one who will try to break the security of an organization. So this session is mainly about a course which is related to offensive security. Offensive security not only involves attacking the systems to find out the weakness in a system, it also involves analysis of malwares and ransomware. Okay, what it is, I will take you in a next slide. Now the question comes to you, before I go into advanced malware analyst role, the question comes to your mind is, what is malware? Malware is anything, any code, a software code which has been designed to cause harm to a system or an organization. Okay, so you must have heard about worms, viruses, okay, worms, viruses, okay, Trojan horses, that all comes under malware. Okay, so malware analyst role, okay, so when, lot many times you see in a police, means when someone you might have seen in a movies, like police during the investigation, they try to find out the traces, like fingerprints or any other specific activity, any other thing which is specific, which gives them, which helps them in finding out who conducted that theft or any robbery. So same thing is here also, that when we talk about malware analyst role, the main purpose of malware analysis is that of a police who try to analyzes the strains, the code of the software, code of the malware which has infected your system. Because lot many times what happens is, okay, when you come across your system is infected with malware, malware is a piece of code. So you try to reverse engineer, you try to read that code so that you can strengthen your defense against that particular kind of malware. So this involves advanced reverse engineering techniques using tools. There are tools available like IDA, Pro, Gidra, and debugging environment, which help you in analysis of malware. If you remember, okay, I'm just giving a offbeat, not very connected environment, one not very connected example here. In 2011, when Osama bin Laden was killed. Okay, so it is just an example to see that how things works. So the Navy SEALs went into two stealth helicopters. One stealth helicopter developed a snack. So they simply destroyed that helicopter so that no one can't find out, no one couldn't find out the actual technology behind that. So same case here, the malware analyst, the role of malware analyst is to find out the technology, the code behind the malware, so that you can strengthen your defense against this particular kind of malware. Every day, companies around the world, the antiviruses companies around the world, they releases signature updates. What are those signature updates? They are the definitions of malware, okay, which has infected your system in the past, and now they are releasing the codes so that your system can have a protection against that specific type of codes, and it can detect it if some specific type of malware try to detect or try to compromise your system. So who is behind that definitions? Who is behind those signature updates? It's your malware analyst. The companies around the world, this is a pretty, very, very technical role, I tell you. You can't become a malware analyst in a day. You have to have knowledge of a programming, a thorough programming, I would say, thorough programming knowledge. You should, because it's all software code which has been written. So you need to have a thorough programming knowledge, okay, so that you can study the malware, and then on the basis of that, you can write a code to protect or provide protection against that. So the key responsibilities of malware analysts include, okay, you have to do a testing. So there are two types of testing, the static testing, and second one is a dynamic testing. Static testing, I would say in simple words, you try to read the code of a software. And in a dynamic testing, you try to run that code, malware, in a very safe environment, which we call as a sandbox environment, and find out its attribute. So then on the basis of these dynamic and static analysis, you try to find out the threat actors and the way in which, what is threat vectors? Actors means who are trying to attack the system. And vectors mean the means through which you can, like, for example, a phishing. Normally, phishing is being conducted through email. So email is an attack vector. Similarly, when someone tries to phishing, when someone tries to call you and try to trick you, that person who is trying to trick you, he's a threat actor, and the vector he's using is your voice call. So with the help of this response, with the help of this analysis, you can find out the actors and the vectors, the mean through which you can, okay, through which they can attack your system. And then you can develop your tools, write your script, and detection methods to flag emerging threats. Like, for example, these signatures are being, like whatever you have studied, it is being released in the form of IPS. It is being released to the antivirus. It is being used by detection techniques like IPS, intrusion detection system, intrusion prevention system, even the antiviruses, to which releases their signatures every day, so that if something of a very similar attack or what that you have detected tries to compromise, it will protect it. So this is a brief introduction of a malware analyst role. It is a highly technical role. Okay, again, I'm not saying I believe in one thing, everyone. Nothing is impossible in the world if you have a zeal to do it. If you have a if you want to do it, nothing is impossible in the world. But again, I've been saying, so we have a proper step-by-step course which can make you an expert in this. And Aparna will talk about this. Aparna and me will talk about this later in the slides. Okay, we can move further. Okay, so ransomware, I won't call it a separate one because ransomware is also a kind of malware only. But this is a separate kind of a malware which has its own, because malware is a superset. You write code, and that code can impact your organization and your system in different ways. Like virus, it may infect your file system, it may impact the ability to boot. Then you have a worm, it can make your system run slow. Then you have a spyware, which can which can retrieve and which can leak your critical information to some third parties. So ransomware is also a kind of a malware, and it is in great demand. The ransomware defense people are in great demand, but again, it is normally there is a very thin line. First, you have to become a malware analyst, and after that you can choose your specialization. And there's nothing like a specialization available, but yes, you can become an expert in ransomware. So what is ransomware? I would like to explain this with the help of just one simple example. Suppose you are going out for a work and you forget to lock your house. Someone is standing outside seeing you leaving in a hurry. He will simply apply his own lock because you have left your house unlocked. So now when you come back, you are not, your house is locked. That person is standing outside laughing, will say, okay, I have locked this house. Please give me money so that I can give you a key. Same concept is applicable in ransomware. Hackers infect your system. Ransomware is also a malware, but hackers infect your system. Once they infect the system, they encrypt your data with their own key, like with their own lock. Now the data is unavailable to you. Earlier days, so the now data is unavailable to you. So you have to pay money to them in order to get the key. Earlier days, hackers were targeting, the ransomware target was big companies. A big company has a big, good, robust infrastructure in place, backup, disaster recovery, everything. So they were not relenting to, or they're not paying any heed to their ransom demands and all. So nowadays, they started targeting small companies also. Small companies don't have that infrastructure. So there is a great demand for a people who understand ransomware, who can understand the signatures, okay, who can understand how these things behave, and then they can write signatures to detect as well as prevent. So these malware analysis, I would say ransomware defense is a sub part of a malware analysis. So it's not like a very specific course you have. Over the period of time, first you have to become a malware analyst. Then we call it malware analyst, we won't call it mer. So don't consider analyst as a simple small role, because in India and across the world, when we see analysts, we say it's a junior role. But even a person who is having 10, 15 years of experience, if he is working on a malware analysis, that's a hardcore technical role. So even then also we will call it a Okay, so even then it is called as a malware ransomware analyst or malware analyst. It's a very hard technical role and it is in great demand in today's world and it will always be in demand in till the systems exist. I would say it's perpetuated. The demand will be there throughout till the time we have a softwares, we have a systems available. Let's move further. Aparna? So these are the skills I would say. Reverse engineering, you know what is reverse engineering? I've already given you an example of it. So why, again, a very technical example. It's just a example related to the world. If you go to China, okay, so all big Facebook, Instagram, everything is blocked. China initially start China initially start allowed Google and all that. What they did, they learned all their source code by reverse engineering their code, and now they have developed their own systems and kick Google and everything out. What they have done, a kind of a reverse engineering. Learn lot many times you have seen in your childhood, okay, you have a toy, you dismantle the toy, and then you see how this works, and then you put it back. So this helps you in learning. So same thing here. Okay, so reverse engineering, malware analyst, yes, you require it at a higher rate. Ransomware defense, moderate. Again, this is a very subjective thing, mate. Okay, very subjective thing. Okay, advanced threat intelligence, high, moderate. Okay, then you have an incident response leadership. What is incident? Incident is anything which can negatively impact your organization. Right now, I'm taking this class. If my network get disconnected, that's an incident. So in a malware analyst, you should be having a moderate skills to respond to this, but in ransomware defense, because the finance is being impacted, because they make a lot of data unavailable. Defense strategy, moderate. Ransomware defense, it requires high. Custom detection technique means you should be able to learn tools so that you can because hackers they are coming up with newer and newer attacks every day. There is a term which we call as a day zero attack. Day zero attack is that attack for which no information is available. It's a new thing. Lot might, okay. So for that, you should be having a custom detection techniques like high, but here in ransomware defense, you require it moderate. System recovery and resilience low, but here it should be having high. You should be having a backups in other places. Okay, so let's move further. So these are the challenges available. Again, what is a look these days with AI in picture? AI is really helping us out. I am doing a lot of work. I'm using AI for doing my day-to-day job. But at the same time, that tool is also available to hacker. So with APT, advanced penetration, what is APT? Advanced persistent testing. Okay, so this is a testing which is normally there is one attack vector, there is one threat actor, which we called as nation state. It's just like the recent attack, a lot of you might have heard about the pager attack on Hezbollah. Just for example, you have seen the attack happen. That was a kind of an APT, the advanced persistent threat, where they have understood that what kind of devices they are using. Okay, they have made orders. So it requires a careful planning. So normally the nation state, like the countries around the world, they are the one who are because here you require a lot of resources and all they can do that. Polymorphic is anything which changes its code every time it moves from one system to another. So with AI in picture, hackers are coming up with, especially the malware developers. I won't say hacker, the malware developers, they are coming up with newer and a newer code, which makes it very difficult for you to detect those things. So that's the reason, these are some of the challenges you face. So that's the reason you require continuous upskilling with new tools, scripting languages, and reverse engineering techniques. But opportunities are immense. I tell you, you will find people doing risk analysis. You will find people doing GRC. Okay, you will find people easily doing audit. but this is specific hardcore audit. This is hardcore technical roles. You will not find many people. There is always a great demand for these malware analysts or even for ransomware defense also. But again, you can't become these things in a day. You should have technical acumen. This is not like that one day I wake up and let's become a malware analyst. You should have an acumen. You have to learn technical skills. You should be having a versatile skills in different fields, programming language, TCP/IP, networks, everything, programming skills, everything needs to be strong in order to become an analyst and ransomware defense analyst. Again, as I told you, but once you have developed these skills and acumen, you will be unstoppable. Biggies, I would say biggies. Think about CrowdStrike, okay, College Guard, any big company, Symantec, all big companies, they need these people. All antivirus companies is all antivirus companies, CrowdStrike, SIM companies, Microsoft, name the biggies, and you will get hell lot of money if you become an expertise in this. I'm telling you, because this is not a thing which everyone can do it. You should have an acumen and you need to persistently work hard on a technical path, not a non-technical path here. Process-related knowledges are important, but this is a pure technical. Let's move further. Okay, so this is the entry path. This is a very subjective thing. Again, organizations wise, these roles changes. You can be an malware analyst, then can be a lead, and then director of threat intelligence. Okay, similarly, you can be a ransomware defense specialist, incident response leader, and head of cyber defense operations. That is a path, definitely. But again, first you have to be a malware analyst, and then you will become a ransomware defense, because ransomware defense is also a kind of a sub. Ransomware is what a kind of a malware only, correct? So first you have to a malware analyst, and then look, these kind of roles are not advertised very commonly. Means when we talk about the ransomware defense, the roles, they will look out for threat hunting specialist, malware analyst role, and then over the period of time when you start working in a company, so you will get an opportunity to work in different areas of it, and then you will move your career into some specific direction. But again, all biggies will be waiting for you if you develop this expertise. Theoretically, trust me, yes, with training, you can learn and start the things, but over the period of time, you will develop an expertise in it. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so key industry trends driving both roles. As I told you, AI is really, because we are automatic threat detections and reducing time to analysis, because with this AI, okay, like for example, I have studied somewhere that, okay, there are blood tests available which can take a sample and even it can detect if you are prone to cancer or not. Same concept here. They can take a big amount of a data and even they can detect a day zero attack with AI, because it has ability to process a large amount of a data. The threat actors are increasing. The nation state sponsored ransomware attacks. I think the nation state means, I give you an example of nation state. In 2014, there was a movie called Interview, which was released. It was a satire on the life of North Korean dictator. I don't remember Jin Pung, whatever his name was. Sorry for that. I'm not good with his name. Okay, so Sony company faced the biggest attack in 2014 post release of that movie. It was the work of North Korean cyber arm. Recently, Iran is undergoing cyber attacks. Okay, in 2012, Iranian nuclear capability was destroyed just because of cyber attacks. So these are very big attacks, nation state attacks, which they have large amount of money, energy is at disposal. So that's the reason there is an ever increasing demand for these. And we are working in cloud and hybrid environment. Cloud, you can easily provision the resources. You don't need to buy machines for attacking it. You can easily provision the resources. You can have infinite resources at your disposal, just you have a money to spend on it. And these days, regulatory countries around the world, regulations, putting more and more regulations around the industry so that they don't misuse the thing. So that is the reason. These are some key industry trends which is driving both kind of roles. But again, it's a very technical role. Money is unlimited if you develop an expertise in that. But again, it is not a one day. You have to start with some systematic course and make your way through that. That is the way to become an expert. Randomly, you pick up things here and there. It's not possible for you to become a malware analyst. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, I think we have, kind of come to this poll
Yeah,
where just to understand how or what's exactly stopping them to become a cybersecurity expert and what is stopping them to choose these roles. So I'm just going to launch a quick poll um, on Zoom. You could use whatever option, you could select whatever option is applicable to you. You could do that on the
everyone,
poll here.
you can write the poll, answer the poll. We have 1 minute for it. At the same time, if you have any questions,
Hmm.
please put it in a Q&A column because that's the best way. I will not answer questions which are there in a chat. Put it in a QA. I will answer every question of yours.
Yes.
That's my promise to you.
Right.
Even if it take 10 minutes, 12 minutes more.
Sejal, if you could put that in the Q&A box, please. But I mean, her question is there any recommended certification required to enhance malware?
I will answer it. I have seen it, but put it in a proper format. I will answer it.
Absolutely. So there
Because a
you
lot of
go.
people, otherwise, your question will get buried in a
Yes,
lot of chats.
that's true.
So
That's
let's use the effective thing for it.
correct, correct, correct. She has put it on the Q&A box. Okay.
Sure, I will answer it.
Yeah. Prajapati, you will get the recording of the session, not the PPT.
What you will get with that PPT? Nothing. In these days, Prajapati, go to Chat GPT or Gemini. You will get all these things which I've already mentioned. So you will not be able to achieve much with them. Trust me.
Yeah. Great. I think we're done with the poll here. Most of them feel, I think half of them feel that,
Can you
yeah,
show me that? Okay. I
yeah.
can't find a program. Look, I this is coming. Okay, I don't have a practical exposure. I need to become job. Look, over the look, that's the reason. Look at the answer to your question or everyone's problem is, look, just like someone asked me about that, is there any specific certification? I won't say for, look, you have a basic certification like CEH and CH practical that you can do that can help you in setting up a base knowledge. But after that, mate, okay, I would suggest that not a very specific certification available. A lot of companies like Simplilearn also provides you a very customized course which can systematically take you into that direction. So that's the answer to your question. Yes, practical knowledge is very important in cyber security field. Akash, tell me one thing. Okay, if we cling on to this only that don't have practical knowledge and I will not learn anything till the
Mhm.
time I get into a job, then how will you learn the thing? So when I started with CCSP certification, that Cisco Certified Security Professional, and then on the basis of that, I got a job in SCI. So first you have to have that curriculum, you have to have your things ready, then only you can. So that if you're like going for a hunting in a forest, you will have your guns preloaded. You will not load your gun once you see your target. So that's what the answer is. Learn the things. These days, we have lot many tools available.
Right. Great. I think we'll just answer this question through just slightly differently through this program here, which is the
Yeah.
Advanced Executive Program in Cybersecurity that is delivered in collaboration with IBM, and also we've partnered with IIITB for that, right? So more about this program in a while, but like a quick summary, you've got credentials of IIITB on your resume. So it's ranked India's #1 technical university. So you have that credential on your resume, which just kind of solidifies and lets the employer know that you are also worth taking on challenging roles in cybersecurity. Another thing that you get is IBM's industry expertise. So there are specific courses or modules from IBM that, again, we'll be talking about in a while. So for those courses and modules alone, you will get a separate certificate there. And remember, Ajit mentioned about AI in cybersecurity. So you need to understand how Gen AI plays a major role in, defense strategies or threat intelligence. And you also have hands-on experience through projects, case studies across industries so that you get to know what is going around and how you can implement these learnings practically. Okay, so this course is rated 4.5 across these platforms, SwitchUp, Course Report, and Trustpilot, which are major platforms, and these credentials give us that huge validation that this course is the best choice for you and is preferred by a lot of learners. Now, if someone wants to take a look at the course, I've given the QR code here, but just like a quick summary, I've given you a gist of what the course has. Now,
Yeah,
Ajit, if you can just
yeah,
take
I
them through
can.
the
If you look
syllabus.
there is a orientation session, and then followed by you have an enterprise infrastructure security. When I say enterprise infrastructure security, so in this particular course, we'll talk about how enterprise infrastructure is being set up, networks, Wi-Fi, routing, switching, a basic firewalls, IPS. I did talk mainly about the infrastructure security. Then we have another module which will set up your way, which will set up your base for ransomware and malware analyst. Okay, so it talks about application and web application securities. Then the next step, the ransomware, because when we talk about malware analysis, it's mainly application related attacks and all. So this will application and web application security will set up your base for ransomware and malware analysis models. And then we have a ethical hacking and VAPT, which talks about that how to test, how to perform VAPT and all. And then in the end, we have a capstone project. So along with that, we have our electives. Like these are the electives available, IBM, because as I told you, this is being in collaboration. This course has been set up in collaboration with IIT, triple IT, and then along with the IBM. So these are some of the electives available.
Yes, so you get a masterclass from IIITB. Sorry, there's a spelling error here. It's IIITB Academic Cybersecurity Masterclass, and also one masterclass from former NPCI expert, and then, of course, the IBM modules, right? So this curriculum helps you understand all that you need about ransomware and malware analysis. Okay, so that's just a bit about the course curriculum. Now, remember, most of you mentioned that you don't have the practical exposure. Now, gaining this knowledge is one. How do you justify yourself as a malware analyst or a ransomware analyst to an employer without the practical knowledge? So that is where the capstone projects come into picture. Again, Ajit, if you could take them through the capstone projects here.
Okay, so capstone project, I would say in that we will take you through all that. We have a real life project that has been specifically developed for you. So it will be a project where they will test every knowledge of yours, which has been taught to you. As I told you, what has been done, where we will take you through in a course itself. It's about vulnerability assessment, penetration testing, malware analysis, web application. So all those things are properly embedded into a project, will give you a life and feel of your original, the real world project. So this is one thing. Okay, so this is capstone project. So this will really, really help you in applying whatever you have learned during your course. Because and the course is also not theoretical in nature, because that is practical in nature. Okay, so it will be having all tools. You will learn tools over the period of time. And trust me, I've worked in industry. The kind of things that you learn in your course, any certification course, industry has not, where you will not be getting a chance to apply all that knowledge in your industrial career. Industry works on a very specific part of the things, and you in a big organization, you will only be allowed to work in one specific part of the thing. So what I wanted to say, the things that you learn in theory and concepts and the certifications, you will not be able to apply all that knowledge in the organization. You will only be working on some specific part of the things, like for example, the ransomware analysis and their other applications also.
Got it. Great. Thanks, Ajit, for that. And here are some skills that you will gain. Like we said, this is entirely dependent on the curriculum, and that is how you're gaining all the essential skills that you
So
have.
you will be taught about, we will, in a course, we will cover ethical hacking. Ethical hacking and penetration testing are almost synonymous in nature. Okay, so ethical hacking, so the whole methodology, the life cycle of hacking, how to exploit, how to penetrate into the things, the defensive security, like the we have covered. I out that we will be covering an enterprise security, so that there we will cover defensive cybersecurity, then threat hunting in VAPT and ransom analysis and malware analysis, the tools, and with the practical examples that you will learn in this course. But again, as I told you a lot my times, that I have seen that look, training can give you a boost. It is you who have to learn the things on its own. Okay, training can give you an idea that these are the things, how it works. You should be inquisitive in nature, apply your own work, time, hard work, and try to experiment with a lot of things. That is the way that will take you forward. Training will help you in learning the thing in a systematic and methodical manner. That is what I can say.
Right. Got it. Thanks, Ajit. Some of the
So,
tools you
yeah,
will.
these are the tools. In total, we have Bug Suite, Kali Linux, WebGoat, and all. So New Relic, Showdown, Virus Total. They are different tools. Look, I can't go into details of it. Okay, but these are the tools that you will learn over the period of time in a course. These are all practical, hardcore tools. Be it Bug Suite, be it Cocoa, be it Metasploit. These are a world in itself, I would say. If you become a master of even just one tool, the Bub Suite, the jobs are waiting for you. I tell you that. Just
Right.
one tool I'm talking about here. If you become a master of one Bub tool, Bub Suite here, then this is a highly technical course.
Got it.
Okay,
Okay.
then.
Great, thanks again. So I'm just going to take you through the rest of the aspects of the course, which is the eligibility. So since also Ajit has mentioned this in the beginning, that you would need to have some fundamental understanding of programming concepts, and of course, some work experience is recommended. Whether or not you come from the cybersecurity domain, a bachelor's degree is definitely necessary for you to be a part of this course. Yeah, considering that this course is elaborate, it is targeted towards making you, or helping you pursue cybersecurity careers. All of these eligibility criteria are slightly important, so make sure you fit into these criteria before you fill in the application. Okay, so let's just understand what the cybersecurity industry trend has been. So if you can see that, or if you are
Let me
still
answer.
worrying, yeah,
Let me
yeah,
let. Okay.
sure.
As I
Go
told
ahead.
you, if you become an expert, companies are waiting for you. And this is the field which will always be in demand, no matter whatever the trend is, be it
Yes.
AI, be it anything comes in. All of my friends who have just like when I joined my company, previous company in 2012, okay, a lot of people who were having 2 to 3 years of experience, they joined my company, they were at 8 to 10 lakh rupees in BT. I'm talking about Indian current trends. All of them within 10 to 12 years are at 50 to 60 lakh rupees. All of them are not a manager. Some of them are managers. Some of them are individual contributors. So yes, you can see it, in banking industry, one of my friend who has done my MBA, who has done MBA along with me, he's around 10, 12 lakh, he's around 13 lakh rupees per annum after 20 years of experience. And the people who are into cyber security, after 15 years of experience, they are at 15 to 6, 50 to 60 lakh rupees per annum. I'm talking about India. Okay, so and even in US also, okay, the people who used to work along with me in US and UK, the level 3 simple, I'm not talking about our normal threat hunting analyst and all. In US, my colleague, the third line colleagues, a formal SOC engineer, they used to get $120,000, $130,000, which is a kind of a fair money. And that was simple SOC, simple security operations center, firewall, and all that managing. But think about malware analyst and all that. This is a highly technical role. I would say 150 to 160,000 USDs in US and 100,000 pounds per annum in UK is pretty normal. So yes, jobs are there. You should be good enough because the way the nation state actors, the way the cyber criminals are leveraging the technology, you need people to work on it because it is being said that the security people have to be successful every time and hackers only have to be successful one time. So by this you can understand that who has to put in more effort? You. So definitely there is always a great demand. As I told you, if you become a malware analyst, these are just names. Okay. There are many companies, small companies also, which pays you very, very well in this. Okay. So that's what my take on.
Thanks, Ajit, for sharing that information. Now, how the bash profile looks like, of course, having some background in programming helps, but that should not stop you from applying to this course. You can see that these learners come from varied backgrounds here, BFSI, fintech, some of course, from IT, some from healthcare, and also other companies. Okay, so I'm just going to take you through the learning environment now and help you understand how you will be learning the course. Just a quick minute. So once you gain access, once you are enrolled as an enrolled user, you will be given access to this particular dashboard. And that is where you will be able to access your curriculum and all the learning material that you need to get through the course. Yes. So I'm just going to take you through one particular course like this, just an example, just as an example to help you understand the interface. Yeah. So you'll have different modules here, and then there's also a section for support. That's where you can reach out to our support team for any questions. Someone had a question about the IBM modules. These were a recent addition, yes. So I'm not sure about how you can add them to your current, course. There should be a course update technically because every time there are additions, your curriculum gets updated. So you could ask the support team here, whoever had that question. Okay, so that's just a bit about the learning module. Now, let's just understand what and how our past learners have leveraged this course. Okay, so Akash, Bhupati, Chaitanya, and Ravi, all of these people have used this course and got on the upskilling journey in cybersecurity, and it has helped them to choose better roles or enter the cybersecurity industry through this particular course. You can check these reviews out on our course page as well. I will share the link with you in some time. And I'm just going to also show Akash's video on how he got a cybersecurity role with a 40% hike. So I'm just going to play the video here. The 2.5 minute video. So just hear me.
I started working in Wipro right after my graduation in 2019. I joined there as a cybersecurity analyst. Just like every other work, I face new challenges every day. And then I realized I might need some professional help and certification to improve my knowledge. And then I came across advanced executive program in cybersecurity from IIIT Bangalore. This certification has helped me through my skills, and trust me, my confidence has grown over time. And the salary hike of 40% was just like a cherry on the top. Hi, my name is Akash Raymond. I live in Delhi. I work as a cybersecurity analyst and part-time weightlifting coach. And as a part of my responsibility, my work was to check for any suspicious activity on my IT framework. That job was not easy. So I realized that I was still new to all the terms like malware and attack and IPs. Then I looked up online for a course that would help me to clear my fundamentals to the advanced level. Simplilearn course was the one I was looking for. The curriculum was good. In fact, it's association with IIT Bangalore really helped me to make my decision. This course was specifically designed for working professionals, and they ensured that it should be flexible and the learners can learn at their own pace. So my course and my classes ended in around by the end of July, and approximately within 2 months, I was promoted from Cybersecurity Analyst Level 1 to Cybersecurity Analyst Level 2. And on the top of that, I got a salary hike of 40%, and it feels great. I'm seeing myself applying those skills I learned from the course to my security monitoring duties. And now I think I'm ready to face new challenges. I think I'm someone who prepares himself for new challenges. I think I have adopted this attitude from weightlifting. I am a self made coach and I provide weightlifting coaching to some of my clients. So, college doesn't teach you everything. There are some things we have to learn on our own. And it's amazing to have platforms like Simplilearn that helps us and guide us through our upskilling journey. And just like our bodies, our minds needs to be trained, and upskilling can do that.
Really inspirational. So I hope you also, like Akash, are able to achieve your career goals through this course. So just to summarize, you are able to understand all key cybersecurity concepts, ethical hacking, the methodologies and the tools there. And you're also able to understand the tools are required for vulnerability analysis and malware threats. Along with this, you get the credentials of IIT Bangalore. You also get modules from IBM and a Gen AI masterclass. Okay. So this plus the capstone projects that we showed you. So this is how your certificate will look like. Remember, I said that for IBM courses, you're going to get a separate certificate. This is how it looks like. Okay. And just before I ask you your interest, how do you exactly enroll? You submit your application on the course page, and the admission panel reviews your application. And if you are selected, you will receive an email within 1 to 2 weeks. And after that, you can confirm your enrollment after paying the fees. Okay, so the fees are also available on the course page. I'm just going to leave the QR code here for you to check the course fee. You may be from outside India as well, so it might be a little tricky to show the exact fee for all regions. So maybe just scan the QR code for you to understand what the course fee is. And now I'm just going to ask you this question: if you would like to be a part of this comprehensive program that solves all your concerns, just the curriculum bit, the work schedule, the most important one, which is practical exposure. Okay, so while the poll is live, I think I will leave it to Ajit for taking questions. Some of them are on the Q&A
So I
box.
will only answer questions which are there in a QA.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Okay, so please talk specific to this. Is there any recommended certification, Sejal? I've already mentioned that you can start with CH, that's a basic one. But even I won't say that go for CH certification. If you do this course or enroll in this course, the CH methodology, VAPT, everything is already included in it. There is no one size fits all course available where they methodically or systematically help you in becoming a malware analyst. You will only need to do a customized courses like we have talked about. Okay, this malware analyst only for the corporate industry or defense forces, and okay, no, it is, yes, corporate industry, definitely. Malware analysis, you will not be performing at home, and you, even if you can perform it at home using the labs, you need platforms to sell those things. So definitely it is for corporate. You will be getting jobs in corporate. Corporate is a big umbrella, a lot of things comes into that. So yes, corporate industry, defense forces, government agencies, we all need security, even because if you talk about a simple computer, it has antivirus in it. So you are getting touched by this malware analysis because somewhere down the line in some part of the world is analyzing the software, is analyzing the malware for you, and that's a reason that's the reason antivirus companies are releasing the updates for you on the basis of that malware analyst. So this is, you see, your life is being touched by malware analysts every day. Okay, I want to master and reverse engineering. Okay, reverse engineering kind of that can achieve my goal. Anonymous attendee, I've already given you an answer over the. It's not like within one day you can become it. You have to start systematically. Okay, attend courses like this. CH is a baseline certification for it. Over the attend some courses like this. Okay, where we will systematically make you that. But again, you can't become a master and master. You can't master malware analyst within a day. Over the period of time and experience, you will be able to achieve that. Look, incident response, Hari Krishnan Reddy, incident response is a totally different technology. Malware analyst is you come across some malware, there's a term which we call as an indicator of compromises. So when malware infects your system, it infects your system in some specific way. You study those malwares, indicators of compromises, and then you systematically develop a signature with the help of which that malware can be detected or if possible prevented. If not possible to prevent it, then detect it. And incident response is a very, very wide field where you come across an incident and then there is a methodical way to respond to those incidents. Incident means anything which can negatively impact your organization. So it could be because of malware attack, it could be because of a ransomware attack, it could be because of it could be because of some DDoS attack. And what tools the team work? Okay, is it difficult for the non-technical background to become a ransomware analyst? Look, I don't say that because as I already mentioned, Satish, nothing is impossible in the world. I never wanted to be a technical guy, but yes, my destiny took me here. So person like me, if I can do well, then anyone can. It's just like you should be having a zeal. Yes, you have to take some work, some extra in order to fill the gap, but nothing is impossible. I tell you, yesterday someone has posted a poll that please tag a person, the most technical person you know, and the name that came into my mind was my one boss, a previous lead, I would say, who was just a high school pass when he was leading me, and he is now in Amazon. He was not having any technical degree at that time. He was simple in India 12th pass at that time. He was leading me because of his capability, and now he is in Amazon doing very well. At I would say his package must be around 70 to 80 LPA. Hope I have answered your question in a very with apt examples of it. Nothing is impossible in this world. Yes, you have to take some extra steps, and that is a requirement because you have not studied that in your technical degree. So work some extra, but not impossible. I've already certified from CH. Further, which certification is best for career? I would say CH will form a base for it, Arvind. Later on, this malware analyst and ransom analyst, that is a very specific courses. With this systematic course and method of systematic course can help you in achieving that information, that thing. Okay, till now I don't have knowledge on a programming language. So it doesn't mean that if you don't have a knowledge, so you can't learn about it. This is a very, I would say, I don't take it negatively. So if you don't have, then learn it. That is what I say, because without that, look, you can't be a good hacker. You can't be a good malware analyst. In a simple words, you can't do well if you can't do well in offensive security if you don't know programming. Otherwise, there is very specific term for it, which we called as a uh, script kiddies. Okay, like the people who simply use tools to carry on their things. And script kiddies are not looked at with respect in an information security or in a cyber security hacking world. So if you don't have it, then learn it. If you want to move into this path, Navya, then Navya can't. If you want to use into offensive security, then if you don't, so then learn it. Otherwise, I don't like programming, so I have not chosen this for my career. I have done it. I have led because now I'm into a leadership role. I have led teams and all that, but I don't want to. I have a knowledge of programming. I've learned Python and all that, but I don't want to go in depth into it. I'm more into defensive and offensive security. More, I'm into a leadership role. So, but if you want to make a career into offensive security, then programming is must for you. Learn it. Okay, so yep, I have already cybersecurity, but not given the CompTIA security. But I don't. Okay, I'm a fresher in IT field. I've completed my CH. So should I apply? Okay, you are graduate, anonymous. Look, uh, try, try. That is what I can say. Okay, because it's not only about certifications. It's about the knowledge you carry. Certifications can help you in reaching the interview table. What extra you are what extra you are bringing it for the company. I know a lot of freshers who have learned, worked hard, and can do a job. Look, doing CH, doing any cert, it's not like that company will come and bring, oh, you have done this, let's do this, we'll bring a job. You have to learn those things, prove your mettle in interviews. That is the most thing you I would say. We only who job assess process, I'm not the right one to answer it into Malware, the advanced
So,
executive course.
yeah, so the job assist program, I'm not sure if it is applicable to this course. Usually, all such courses do have it, but you could check the course page. It's there on my screen share. And if you still have questions after you enroll, like the other person who had this question, please reach out to the support team. How do you reach out? You have an LMS already, just click on the question mark and then a learner success person will be with you. Yeah.
I think this is okay, Kiran Galway. I think this is the different course, correct? Advanced Executive Program course. That is a different one from this one because there are many courses we offer. So I don't think this is the one which we are doing it. Okay, but you have to check or you have to check it because there are many courses we run. So in different with this. Okay, then with blooming now, look, I'm studying in BTech first year. Is it useful for me? Prashant, I would say go for CH first and CompTIA Security Plus before you go for this one. Look, I can't say anything which is not useful because graduation is required. First test your waters by doing CH. And if you like that, then invest in specific. This is not a normal generic course. This requires a thorough knowledge of the things. So that's the reason the graduation is preferred. Python is good. Python, I know if Python, Jenkins, and all they are good. Okay. What is your point of view, Aman? I didn't get your question. Okay, I've already given the answer to
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Python, start with Python. That is the very basic thing to go for. And then look, try these days in today's world. Okay, a lot of things available, AI, everything. So you can a lot of information is available at your disposal. If you really want to, I always say it to my people, the aspirants, that if you really want to do well in cybersecurity, make reading and listening to videos, not anything else. Listening to videos like Udemy, available on Udemy, YouTube, your regular habit. That is the best way. Okay, I think I've answered most of the question.
Yes.
No, it is not equivalent to graduation.
No,
I
it's not.
don't think.
It's not a degree. It is
Okay.
an executive program that
Okay.
you do along with your job.
Nithai, it all depends upon what you want to do.
Mm.
Cybersecurity path map is quite different for different people. For me, it is different. For you, it is different. If you really want to, so in the beginning, for cybersecurity, I suggest two certifications, Nithai, CompTIA Security Plus and CEH version 13. That is, I can suggest you in the beginning.
Got it. Great. I think we're done with questions here. So I'm also going to quickly launch two polls back to back. The first one is going to be the certificate poll that he.
Just give me anonymous attendee, someone asked it. Okay, go for, okay, you are from the legal. I would suggest that learn privacy. Go for privacy. That will really go for privacy. That will really, really help you into, and that will complement your cyber security and your non-technical background, the legal background, mate. That will really help. Go for privacy. Okay. Okay. Any other questions? No. Thank you.
Someone said, what about CCNA?
Up to you. Yes, CCN is a good one. You can
Mhm.
go for it, but that should be in addition with your your CompTIA, if you talk specifically about Nitai, cybersecurity, so CompTIA and CH, as I suggested, CCNA for networking knowledge, go for CCNA or N plus, whichever you find it okay. If you ask me to choose between CCNA and N plus, I would say CCNA because that will help you in getting knowledge about configurations also. TCP/IP and CCNA, that is must, I would say, in the beginning of your career.
Okay, got it. I think we're done with questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much it.
I've already answered cyber, Nitai, to you, the path.
Okay.
I'm
Right.
also available on the LinkedIn using the same name. Yep. And you can contact Simplilearn also. I'm also available on the LinkedIn using the name Ajit Wadhawan. You can put it, you can find me. Okay.
Yes.
So with this, now over to you, Aparna.
Thank you so much, Ajit, for your time today. Yeah, so I've launched a certificate poll that is for you to enter your name. Please make sure your names are entered properly so that there's no back and forth with the certificate. But we hope that you found the session useful. So I'll just keep the poll live for a while. And because we need to wrap up fast, I'm just going to end the poll in the next 30 seconds. So please enter your name really quickly if you haven't done that yet. And exactly in the next 15 seconds, I will end this poll. Okay.
Okay, Aparna, with this, I log
Yes.
off. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Ajit.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to me for an hour. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Right. So we're here and the poll is going to be ended. Now we're going to also ask you one more question to rate us. So just give us a quick rating on how you liked the session. Rate us from 1 to 5. We'll kind of love to hear your thoughts. Okay. Yes. Amazing. So glad that a lot of you liked the session. So it was also amazing bringing this session to you. Remember, this session was recorded and we've also recorded your names. So you receive the certificate. Do not worry. If you have attended this session, you will definitely receive a certificate and the recording. Okay, so this session was also streamed on YouTube. So you can head to simplylearn.com and find out today's session and just look for today's session and then you will find the recording there as well. In case you miss something, you want to do it immediately, YouTube is your place to go. Okay. Via email. It's going to be a soft copy. Okay. Great. Another 5 seconds and then we'll be done with the rating poll as well. It was really wonderful bringing this session to you and all of you participated really well. Some of you did have a few questions about specific questions about the course that you've enrolled in. Please, the right person is the support team. Do reach out to them because I don't belong to that team. Hence, I won't be able to forward the questions. So whatever concerns you have, do reach out to them and, then they should be available to you to answer these questions. Yes, so I'm just going to end the poll here. Thank you so much. Most of you have given us a 5 rating, 5 on 5. Okay, so glad to see that most of you liked the session. And if there's anything else, please reach out to ask us at simplylearn.net. This can be about the course, it can be about anything else that you want to share. Please reach out to us there. Okay, bye-bye then. Have a good night.